Because if you cut spending, it depresses the economy further, which reduces revenues, and it also does lots of long-term damage. We've got 4 million people who've been out of work for more than a year. As that goes on, more and more of those people are never going to be employed again. We've got college graduates unable to find jobs, or if they can find jobs, they're jobs that make no use of their education. They're never going to get back on track. Those people are the future taxpayers of America. So by doing these ill-advised spending cuts now, not only are we making the economy worse, we're actually reducing future revenue. We're making the long-run budget picture probably worse instead of better.
C-SPAN Junkie asks on Twitter where the U.S. money should come from to pay for teachers and firemen. C-SPAN Junkie asks, raising real estate taxes? What's your idea, Paul Krugman?
No, well, right now you just borrow it.
Jim joins us from Claremore, Oklahoma, Republican line. Good morning.
Yeah, I think the problem is right now we aren't in true capitalism. We're in a fake capitalism. We should look, instead of looking at the Keynesian theory, we should look at the Austrian economic theory. And we don't have true capitalism. I said that already, sorry. And as far as your comment about the Fed has no money. They print it.
Wish we're smaller.
Mize, Mississippi. Clyde is a Republican caller. Good morning, Clyde.
Good morning, Mr. Krugman and Libby. I want to continue the conversation you had with Dr. Paul the other day. This is a quote from John Maynard Keynes in 1920. By a continuous process of inflation, governments can confiscate secretly and unobserved an important part of the wealth of their citizens. The process engages all of the hidden forces of an economic law on the side of destruction, and it does it in a manner that not one man in a million can diagnose. Let me preface.
Clyde, why do you think that's significant? Why are you sharing that with us?
My senior year in 1971, I planted 1 acre of tomatoes, and I grossed $3,000 off that acre. That was when a silver dollar and a paper dollar same value. Well, yesterday silver closed about $30 an ounce. Today, if I grew that same acre of tomatoes, to have the same purchasing power, I would have to have 88,245 paper Federal Reserve notes. And 2 years ago, the federal government sold my farm and home after I farmed for 30 years. And I tell you what, Keynesianism has destroyed our country. And if you want to end this depression, you give farmers parity. We have been producing crops and livestock since 1986 below 1932 era levels, and that is the problem. That's the way you end the depression.
Sorry. About tax rates, I suppose that I proposed that we go to an America where tax rates on the rich were much, much higher than they are now, 70%, 80%, and where the minimum wage was way higher than it is right now relative to the average earnings, and which unions were much more powerful, and where they were a third of the workforce. And a lot of people now would say, oh, that's a disaster. That would be a collapsing economy. I've just described America in the 1950s. America in the 1950s had higher taxes at the top. It had much stronger protections for workers than we have now. It also experienced the best generation of economic growth that we've ever had in this country. So a lot of what goes on right now, what people think is the truth, is actually just prejudices that have been carefully cultivated by a decades-long propaganda campaign. None of the things you're hearing about what it takes to make this country prosper are true. We actually have the demonstration that says that what you really need is you need good education, you need good infrastructure. Try and imagine doing the interstate highway system today. And that's what leads to a successful economy.